I took my pen and began to write, and it was at a point where closure had already happened. I was already divorced. I was relocated.
What drives a respected religious leader from reverence to controversy? When does success in ministry become a double-edged sword? In the world of modern Christianity, few stories have captivated and divided audiences quite like the saga of Pastor Clarence McLendon, from his meteoric rise to prominence to the shocking revelations that would shake his ministry to its core. This is a tale that peels back the layers of power, faith, and human nature in today's religious landscape.
To Israel and Judah, which are nations who thought they were exempt from judgment. Y'all are not hearing me. Much like America, America is a nation who has felt that she is exempt from judgment. She has not understood that the blessing and the favor and the prosperity and the increase on her has not been because she is America. It has been because at least she would acknowledge God and call upon the Lord. It was not that she was ever holy. America.
A charismatic preacher known for his powerful worship services and faith, standing at the helm of the Full Harvest International Church. Pastor Clarence McLendon wasn't just any religious leader, he was a global voice of inspiration, transforming lives and building a massive following that hung on his every word. His journey to prominence seemed divinely orchestrated, marked by explosive church growth and an ever-expanding influence in the Christian community. His lifestyle became a proof to what many called prosperity gospel success, a fleet of luxury vehicles that would make a car collector envious, a magnificent mansion that rivaled celebrity homes, and private jets that served as his personal chariots across the globe. To his devoted congregation, numbering in the thousands, these weren't signs of excess. They were divine rewards, tangible proof of God's favor upon their leader. Every Sunday, the church would transform into a spiritual amphitheater, with crowds flooding in to experience McLendon's unique blend of charismatic preaching and powerful worship. His sermons weren't just messages, they were theatrical productions of hope and promise, delivered with a polish that would make Broadway directors take notice. The congregation would hang on every word, seeing in their pastor a living example of what faith could achieve. Before the controversies and public scrutiny, McLendon had built his ministry from the ground up. His early years in ministry showed promise, a young, passionate preacher with a gift for connecting with people from all walks of life. He had a way of making ancient biblical texts feel relevant and alive, speaking to contemporary issues while maintaining spiritual depth. The growth of Full Harvest International Church was nothing short of remarkable. What started as a modest congregation quickly evolved into a spiritual powerhouse, drawing members from across the social spectrum. McLendon's innovative approach to ministry, combining traditional gospel messages with modern presentation techniques, created a unique worship experience that attracted both longtime believers and curious newcomers. At first glance, Pastor McLendon's marriage to Tamara seemed to be the epitome of a godly partnership. She was the model of biblical devotion, the silent strength behind his ministry, managing their household while he led the church. For 16 years, they appeared to be the perfect example of a Christian power couple, their marriage a proof to faith, love, and shared purpose. Tamara played her role with grace and dignity. She was more than just a pastor's wife. She was a beloved figure in her own right, respected for her wisdom, humility, and dedication to the ministry. The congregation saw in them what they hoped to see in their own marriages: strength, unity, and commitment to both God and each other. But beneath this carefully crafted image, a different story was unfolding. The shocking announcement of their divorce sent tremors through their community, leaving thousands of faithful followers grappling with questions about truth, transparency, and the nature of spiritual leadership. The aftermath revealed a complex web of contradicting narratives. Tamara broke her silence, sharing that McLendon had wanted to leave the marriage for 5 years, allegedly asking her to file for divorce to protect his ministry's reputation. This revelation stood in stark contrast to McLendon's public statements to Christian media outlets, where he claimed that it was Tamara who wanted to end the marriage. The controversy surrounding their divorce was just beginning. In a move that would shock both supporters and critics alike, McLendon married Priscilla Delgado in a private ceremony in Malibu, California. just 7 days after his divorce was finalized. The ceremony, officiated by Atlanta pastor Earl Polk, raised serious questions about the timing and circumstances of both relationships. The hasty remarriage sparked intense debate within the Christian community. How could a spiritual leader move on so quickly? What message did this send to the congregation about the sanctity of marriage? The questions multiplied, but answers remained elusive. In the wake of his remarriage, McLendon made another dramatic move that would affect thousands of lives. He abruptly withdrew his 10,000-member church from the Foursquare Gospels group, citing racial segregation as the reason for the departure. This decision sent shockwaves through the religious community and left many longtime members feeling displaced and confused. However, Tamara's testimony complicated this narrative. She revealed that throughout their 16-year marriage, during which McLendon had confided in her about all aspects of ministry life, he had never once mentioned experiencing racism within the Foursquare organization. This discrepancy led many to question the true motivations behind the sudden departure. As if the personal drama wasn't enough, McLendon's appearance on Oxygen Network's Preachers of LA in 2013 thrust him into an entirely new realm of controversy. The reality show, which aimed to provide an intimate look into the lives of prominent pastors, instead became a lightning rod for criticism about the intersection of faith and fame. The show portrayed McLendon living a lifestyle that seemed more suited to a Hollywood celebrity than a spiritual leader. Cameras followed him and his extensive entourage, complete with security detail, personal assistants, and support staff. As they navigated the world of high-end ministry, the images of luxury cars, designer clothes, and lavish homes sparked intense debate about the appropriate lifestyle for religious leaders. Critics argued that the show promoted a dangerous message about prosperity gospel, suggesting that material wealth was a direct result of spiritual faithfulness. Traditional theologians condemned the emphasis on luxury and personal gain, arguing that it contradicted Christian principles of humility and service to others. A particularly heated on-screen confrontation with fellow cast member Dietrich Hayden about pastoral entourages and honoraria became a defining moment. The argument, which centered on whether preachers should charge for their services and travel with large support teams, led to McLendon walking off set. He later claimed he was set up for the confrontation, citing biblical wisdom about avoiding foolish disputes. This incident sparked a larger conversation about the commercialization of ministry and the role of money in religious leadership. While McLendon defended his practices, claiming his team carefully evaluated hundreds of speaking requests annually. Critics pointed out the contradiction between charging substantial fees and the biblical mandate to freely share the gospel. More recently, McLendon found himself at the center of political controversy during the 2024 electoral period. His vocal opposition to certain political candidates and harsh criticism of other preachers who supported them led to a public spat with his former mentor, Bishop Paul S. Morton. This conflict was particularly noteworthy given their long history together. Morton had been McLendon's employer and spiritual father figure when he founded the Full Gospel Baptist Church Fellowship. The McLendon saga serves as a stark reflection of modern ministry's challenges. As religious institutions adapt to change, some like West Adams Foursquare Church focus on healing, while others, like Tamara's Esther's Way, emerge to serve new needs. This story challenges us to examine the delicate balance between faith and fame, wealth and spiritual service. It reminds us that religious leaders, despite their calling, are human, capable of both inspiration and controversy. As the line between celebrity and spirituality blurs, one question remains: how do we maintain authentic faith in today's complex religious landscape? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more compelling stories.
He and I could, because we were so different, it could get a little bit combative, as you can probably imagine, because I came in, yes, from Georgia, family values and a strong sense of, spiritual growth, always wanted to be the best I can, and he came with his positive ability to see the world, make money, get out there, and so I think you always hope in a marriage that you can bring out the best in each other, but after many years, we realized we weren't. And then you have to move on.
20 years after their famous divorce, Marla Maples exposes the dark truth behind her divorce from Donald Trump. Let's take a closer look. In recent interviews, she revealed that their relationship struggled due to major differences in values, pressure from a prenuptial agreement, and conflicting life goals. These issues led to their separation in 1997 and divorce in 1999. Their relationship began amid controversy in the late 1980s, while Trump was still married to his first wife, Ivana. The affair became public knowledge in a dramatic fashion, culminating in a confrontation at Aspen in December 1989. According to Ivana's book, Raising Trump, Marla approached her saying, "I'm Marla and I love your husband. Do you?" This encounter would later be remembered as the moment Ivana knew her marriage was over, leading to Trump's divorce filing in February 1990.
Marla Maples. She spoke to Oprah's Where Are They Now?
Still, it catches me a little off guard when people are like, I know you, I know you. I'm like, you do?
Marla was married to Trump from 1993 to 1999. She made front-page news when she was quoted as telling a friend that having sex with Donald was, quote, best sex I've ever had.
The path to marriage between Trump and Maples was equally complex. Before their 1993 wedding at the Plaza Hotel in New York City, attended by over 1,000 guests, Maples found herself pressured to sign a prenuptial agreement that would later become a point of contention. The contract stipulated she would receive just $1 million if they separated within 5 years, plus another $1 million to buy a house, a stark contrast to Ivana's $25 million settlement. Maples later confided to Vanity Fair that the prenup was the big battle all along, signing it only with the belief they would revisit the terms in the future.
It's hot. It's pretty hot. Is it too hot? I don't know. Can a relationship ever get too hot?
And while Ivana Trump reportedly got $25 million from Donald when their marriage came to an end, Marla walked away with under $2 million.
The dynamics of their relationship shifted dramatically with the birth of their daughter, Tiffany. Trump's reaction to the pregnancy news revealed early signs of their mismatched expectations. In a revealing interview on The Howard Stern Show, Trump admitted his first response was, "Excuse me, what happened?" When Maples expressed joy, calling it the most beautiful day of our lives, Trump's unenthusiastic "oh, great" spoke volumes about their different perspectives on family life. The pregnancy ultimately led to their marriage, with Trump proposing shortly after Tiffany's birth, influenced partly by the 1993 Long Island Railroad tragedy that reportedly made him reevaluate his life priorities. The 17-year age gap between them highlighted fundamental differences in their backgrounds and values. Maples, raised in the small rural town of Cohutta, Georgia, came from a modest, deeply religious household that emphasized faith, kindness, and community values. This stood in stark contrast to Trump's upbringing in Queens, New York, where business acumen and material success were paramount. "Donald and I came from two completely different worlds," Maples recently revealed. "I wanted a partner who could truly see me and support me emotionally, but Donald was often preoccupied with his empire, his image, and his ambitions."
That day in the restaurant, when you saw those two women actually meeting each other face to face, how did you feel?
We were actually standing near the restaurant, getting ready to put skis on. And I was standing there like an idiot. And Marla and Ivana were here. And there wasn't shouting, but you could obviously see there was some friction. And a man who was standing right next to me, who weighed about 350 pounds, and wasn't a very attractive guy, said to me, "It could be worse, Donald. I've been in Aspen for 20 years, and I've never had a date." And I'll never forget the statement. And it sort of lightened it up a little bit for me. I'm saying, I guess it could be worse.
But wait, there is more. Their marriage faced its most public challenge in 1996 with the controversial beach incident at Mar-a-Lago. A police officer reportedly found Maples with Trump's bodyguard, Spencer Wagner, under a lifeguard stand at 4 a.m. The incident spawned multiple narratives. Maples claimed she was taking a bathroom break, while Wagner initially denied any impropriety. However, after being fired 4 months later, Wagner changed his story, claiming they had made love on the beach. His ex-wife, Mary Miller, later revealed Wagner privately maintained his innocence, describing Maples as out of control and aggressive in her behavior. The scandal's aftermath had far-reaching consequences. Wagner, unable to find work after his firing, struggled with the negative publicity until his tragic death from substance overdose in 2012. For Maples and Trump's marriage, the incident allegedly created insurmountable trust issues. The fact that their relationship began as an affair during Trump's marriage to Ivana had already cast shadows of doubt on their foundation. And the beach incident seemed to confirm the media's skepticism about their marriage's stability. Maples has now revealed that their separation stemmed from more than just these public controversies. Their fundamental difference in priorities became increasingly apparent as Trump focused on building his business empire, while Maples sought spiritual growth and emotional connection. She said, "It became clear that we were living parallel lives, not a shared one." While I valued connection, authenticity, and spiritual growth, Donald's world was dominated by power, business, and a drive for public success.
I just think the first moment I met him, I had a sense like I'd known him before. I think it was much deeper than just whatever you might feel. We had a sense of like, if you believe in past lives or you don't, it was as if we did know each other. It felt like family, oddly enough. So he, of course, he's talking about everything he owns and has. But I saw a vulnerable man, and I like vulnerability in people. I like when you've got the ability to visualize and manifest, and he has that power. Whatever his dreams are, he has the ability to move them forward. That's very attractive. But I also saw a vulnerability, which I think makes someone much more interesting.
Looking back, Maples acknowledges her youthful naivety in believing she could change Trump. Girls in their 20s always want to change the man they are with and make him a little softer, she said. Despite seeing warning signs about their different personalities and values early on, she initially felt their connection was strong enough to overcome these differences. The reality proved different as their conflicting priorities and values ultimately proved insurmountable.
And you know, girls, when we're in our 20s, we want to change the men we're with. We just think, well, that love is going to make them a little softer. And you think, well, I will learn how to speak out stronger for what I believe in, because I'm a Southern girl. I often just smile and keep going. But I have my own thoughts and my own views, and it's time now to express them.
After their 1999 divorce, Maples chose a dramatically different path from the high-profile lifestyle she shared with Trump. She largely retreated from the spotlight, focusing on raising Tiffany away from the intense media scrutiny that had characterized her marriage. This decision to prioritize motherhood over celebrity marked a significant contrast to Trump's continued pursuit of public attention. "I moved away from New York City. I moved away from the spotlight to raise our daughter, and I wanted her to have a very normal life," Maples explained. Her choice to relocate to California reflected her desire to create a more grounded environment for Tiffany.
Life is not. You are on your own.
Yeah, I am. And, the truth is there's a lot of misconceptions about I walked away a multimillionaire. No way! You saw me working my butt throughout school. I was always working hard, and there as a mom, but I always had to work. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I like working.
The financial terms of their divorce became another point of public interest. Under the prenuptial agreement, Maples received the previously agreed $2 million, a figure that seemed modest compared to the lifestyle she had shared with Trump. The agreement also included specific provisions for Tiffany's support, stipulating that payments would continue until she turned 21, unless she joined the military, Peace Corps, or gained full-time employment. These terms highlighted the transactional nature of the relationship's end, contrasting sharply with the romantic beginnings Maples had once described. The aftermath of their marriage affected both parties in distinct ways. While Trump continued his trajectory in business and later politics, eventually marrying Melania Knauss in 2005, Maples pursued spiritual growth and wellness advocacy. She embraced acting, television hosting, and promoting holistic living, choices that seemed to validate her earlier claims about their conflicting values. "I've learned to speak out stronger for what I believe in," Maples reflected, suggesting that the marriage's end allowed her to fully embrace her authentic self. 2 decades later, Maples' story highlights the struggles of celebrity marriages and the importance of shared values. Her life of personal growth contrasts sharply with Trump's pursuit of power, reinforcing that their differences led to their divorce.
"And say a few words about my father and your nominee for president. Whatever he does, he gives his all and does it well. His desire for excellence is contagious. He possesses a unique gift for bringing that trait out in others, starting with those closest to him. He's always helped me be the best version of myself.
For Tiffany Trump, the impact of her parents' divorce shaped her upbringing in unique ways. Raised primarily by her mother on the West Coast, she experienced a markedly different childhood from her Trump siblings. Despite the distance, both Maples and Trump maintained their commitment to co-parenting, though their approaches remained as different as their personalities. Maples has consistently emphasized her pride in raising Tiffany to value authenticity and personal growth over material success.
I like working, but nothing really comes for free. And there's been folks that think he's paying me not to speak. Absolutely not true. He's the father of my child. I do not want to ever speak negative about it. But do we agree on everything? Yeah. Absolutely not.
Maples looks back on her time with Trump without bitterness, emphasizing growth and lessons learned. Her story highlights the challenges of high-profile relationships and the courage to choose personal truth over public image. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more updates.
What more can I ask from you? I asked her and she said, so I can't take a video of a human being? And I said, no, not when I said no. It just makes me upset when people try and push the boundary. And I just wish people were more respectful.
From a childhood sacrificed for stardom to shocking industry revelations, Millie Bobby Brown's journey hasn't been as glamorous as it seems. Behind Hollywood's success lies a hidden struggle with isolation, privacy invasions, and intense public scrutiny. But how did she rise above it all? Let's take a closer look.
The 11 amongst 10s, Millie Bobby Brown for Stranger Things. Woo!
At just 20 years old, Millie Bobby Brown has emerged as one of Hollywood's most remarkable success stories, but her journey began long before Stranger Things made her a household name. Born in Spain and raised in England, Brown's family made the extraordinary decision to move their entire lives so she could pursue her acting dreams. Her father's sacrifice, selling all their belongings to pay for her acting classes, laid the foundation for what would become an extraordinary career, though one marked by hidden struggles and personal challenges.
11.
Behind the dazzling success of 11 Emmy nominations and her groundbreaking role as 11 in Stranger Things, Brown recently revealed the profound isolation that came with early fame. "I don't have many friends because of who I am," she confessed in a revealing Vanity Fair cover story. The actress, who began her career at age 11, missed the normal social development that comes with traditional schooling. She said, "I didn't go to school, so I don't have the best social skills when it comes to people my own age and friendships. I struggle with that quite a bit." The dark side of childhood stardom became painfully apparent when Brown disclosed a traumatic incident from her early teens. At age 13, she experienced an invasion of privacy when a paparazzi photographer took inappropriate photos on a closed set. "I didn't have nothing on underneath. It wasn't too much, but it was enough for it not to be okay," she revealed, calling for stronger industry protections. This incident, previously unknown to the public, underscores the vulnerability of young performers in an industry that often prioritizes publicity over protection. Recent revelations about leaked contracts have added another layer to Brown's complicated relationship with fame. Her reported earnings, including $10 million for Enola Holmes' $200,000 and $250,000 per episode for Stranger Things Season 3, became public knowledge, creating what she describes as a dangerous situation for child actors. "I think everybody's a little bit too lax about the way that children are brought up in the industry," she observed, expressing concern about the exposure of financial details that should have been protected. Despite these challenges, Brown credits her parents with providing crucial protection and guidance. They taught her how to say no at a very young age, a skill she considers vital in an industry that often pushes young talent too far, too fast. Her mother's wisdom and father's encouragement to stand up for myself and never settle for anything less than what I deserve helped her navigate the treacherous waters of early fame.
Millie Bobby Brown.
I'm just in awe when I'm watching her.
I think she's a very special actress.
Millie has these incredible instincts. I don't know where they come from, but let's just let this happen and stay out of her way.
Hi, I'm Millie Bobby Brown, and I play 11. Millie was a gift.
She's like super professional when it comes to acting and really cool person. And
The actress's journey extends beyond acting to include remarkable achievements at a young age. She became one of the youngest producers in Hollywood, founding PCMA Productions and taking an active role in creating content. Her production company's success with projects like Enola Holmes demonstrates her business acumen, even as she continues to develop as an artist. Brown's struggle with social media and public perception reveals another hidden battle. She admits to becoming way too obsessed with the idea of becoming someone else due to online pressure, leading her to delete social media apps from her phone. The harsh scrutiny she faced online, particularly around her 18th birthday, exposed the cruel side of fame that young stars often endure silently.
Maddie. Maddie!
The physical demands of stardom led Brown to develop a rigorous fitness routine that reveals her dedication to her craft. Her weekly schedule includes Muay Thai on Mondays, Jiu-Jitsu on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and boxing with a world champion on Wednesdays. She maintains a punching bag in her garden, demonstrating her commitment to staying fit while managing a demanding career. "I have to do all this to remain fit since I love eating a lot," she shared, showing a refreshingly honest approach to body image in an industry often criticized for promoting unrealistic standards.
We're all making sacrifices. I'm wearing a monokini.
Hey, Lizzie! Whoa! Okay, I need to borrow this, okay? Here it is. All right. Okay? I promise to bring it back, all right?
No, that's what you said about my mom's humidifier!
Few fans know about Brown's early career struggles, including her appearance in Modern Family, where she played a small role as a girl whose bike gets stolen by Manny. These humble beginnings stand in stark contrast to her current status as one of Hollywood's most sought-after young actors. Her persistence through numerous auditions and small roles eventually led to her breakout in Stranger Things, proving that overnight success often comes after years of dedication. Another little-known fact about Brown is her partial hearing loss, a challenge she's faced since birth. The condition worsened as she grew older, eventually leading to complete deafness in one ear. Despite this physical obstacle, she hasn't let it limit her aspirations. In fact, she's expressed interest in pursuing singing, showing her determination to explore all forms of artistic expression regardless of challenges.
She's able to convey more without a word than many actors convey with monologues.
Tape came in from Millie that was so spectacular.
The thing that's so great about 11 is that she can be this, superwoman kind of vibe. And then she can also be this vulnerable, very innocent little girl, truly. She grew up very sheltered, not knowing what the real world was.
11 is just kind of like an alien. She has no idea what's going on. She doesn't really pick up on social cues.
Teeth.
What?
You have teeth.
As Brown approaches her 21st birthday on February 19th, her career continues to evolve in exciting directions. The final season of Stranger Things, set to premiere in 2025, marks the end of the role that launched her to stardom. Yet rather than viewing this as an ending, Brown sees it as an opportunity for growth. Her marriage to Jake Bon Jovi, son of rock legend John Bon Jovi, represents another chapter in her life, one where she balances personal happiness with professional ambition. Her production company, PCMA Productions, continues to develop innovative content for Netflix and other platforms. This entrepreneurial venture shows Brown's determination to shape her own destiny in the entertainment industry. Unlike many child stars who struggle to transition to adult roles, She has successfully navigated this challenging period by taking control of her career choices and creating opportunities for herself and others. She is both an inspiration and a cautionary tale about the complexities of growing up in the spotlight. As she enters her third decade, Brown's story remains one of resilience, adaptation, and growth. Her ability to navigate the treacherous waters of child stardom while emerging as a respected artist and advocate demonstrates that with proper support and personal determination, it's possible to survive and thrive in an industry known for consuming its young talents. Her continued success and evolving career suggests that Millie Bobby Brown's most significant contributions to entertainment and culture may still lie ahead.
My name's Sydney Christmas.
Is it? Sydney Christmas. That's an unbelievable name. I love that.
It's terrible, isn't it?
It's not.
My middle name's worse.
What is it?
Mary.
No.
The moment Sydney Christmas stepped onto the Britain's Got Talent stage in 2024, no one could have predicted the roller coaster journey that would follow. With dreams as big as her voice and determination that would be tested time and again, Sydney's story is one of resilience, redemption, and the pursuit of a dream that refused to die. After 10 years of trying to make it in the West End and feeling like nothing was happening, I was very close to giving it all up. Sydney confessed in a candid moment, but I couldn't. It means everything to me. These words would prove prophetic as she stood before the BGT judges, her heart racing and her future hanging in the balance. The path to that audition wasn't just about singing, it was about survival. While pursuing her dreams, Sydney worked tirelessly at a local gym, balancing early morning shifts with vocal training and auditions. Every pound earned went towards keeping her dream alive, even as doubt and exhaustion threatened to overwhelm her.
That I heard of once in a lullaby.
When Sydney opened her mouth to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, the atmosphere in the theater shifted. The judges leaned forward, the audience fell silent, and for those precious moments, time stood still. Her powerhouse voice, shaped by years of determination and countless rejections, filled every corner of the room. Amanda Holden, moved beyond words, reached for the golden buzzer, sending golden confetti raining down on a tearful Sydney. But this fairy tale moment would soon face its first test. As Sydney's audition went viral, so did the controversy. Social media buzzed with accusations about her background in Starlight Express, with critics claiming she had already been a West End star. "People just don't know the facts," Sydney explained, her voice tinged with frustration. "I worked in London, yes, but I hadn't performed on the West End. That was my dream." The backlash was brutal and unexpected. Even on the streets, she faced confrontations from people who believed the false narratives. Older women would come up to me saying they didn't agree with me being on the show. Sydney revealed, it was all based on lies, but trying to correct them only made them angrier. The reality was far different from the rumors. Sydney's connection to Starlight Express began in college when she fell in love with the show during its UK tour. Her passion led her to perform in the German production for 4 years. A remarkable achievement, but far from the West End success her critics claimed she had already achieved. Upon returning to the UK, she actually auditioned for the British production but didn't get the part, a rejection that would ultimately lead her to Britain's Got Talent. Instead of letting the negativity defeat her, Sydney chose to channel it into her performances. "I built up a layer of shield," she explained. "I met some amazing people, and I did my best." This resilience would prove crucial as she progressed through the competition, delivering spellbinding performances of My Way and Tomorrow that left both judges and audience in awe. Simon Cowell's 11 out of 10 rating and Amanda Holden's description of her as spellbinding spoke volumes about her talent, but it was Sydney's authenticity and determination that truly won hearts. Despite the controversy, or perhaps because of it, she remained focused on her goal to sing, tell stories, and make people happy. Victory on Britain's Got Talent brought more than just validation. It brought opportunity. The £250,000 prize money appeared in her account one morning, leading to a surprise screenshot sent to her family. True to her character, Sydney's first purchase was modest, a pair of Apple headphones she'd long wanted but couldn't afford. The rest, she decided, would be saved for the future, with a portion set aside for continued vocal training. Perhaps the most poignant moment came when her manager messaged her about leaving her gym job. "My manager messaged me the other day and said, 'Sydney, I think it's time to take you off the rotor,'" she shared. Despite the celebration emojis, Sydney felt a bittersweet twinge. "I was like, don't celebrate, that's heartbreaking," she admitted, acknowledging the end of a chapter that had helped sustain her dreams. In a beautiful twist of fate, Sydney's journey came full circle with her own version of Starlight Express. After posting a video of herself performing the song with her boyfriend Max Rizzo, none other than Andrew Lloyd Webber himself gave permission for her to record her own version. This personal triumph became even more meaningful as she dedicated it to Mick Fry, the original skate coach for Starlight Express, who had passed away. "Meek taught thousands of us to skate and saw the light in us all," Sydney shared. "This is for you, sir." After winning Britain's Got Talent, Sydney Christmas is embarking on 2 major milestones in her career.